In the 8 years following the death of my mom, I slowly forgot what a lot of emotions even felt like, until I met a girl at a wedding. And for the first time in 8 years, I finally remembered what it was like to be cared for out loud by a woman consistently. Someone that would care about all the little things. And it was incredible, until she pushed me away out of nowhere. So I graduated college on May 2nd, and in 24 hours, I was in Colombia. We didn't talk much at the wedding, but I could feel something was different about her. She seemed cool at the wedding, but because it would be long distance, I had no plans to try for anything. However, God told me to pursue her with 100% of what I was capable of. So I did. After the wedding, we started talking more, and I fell in love with her. But love isn't just a feeling, love is a choice. And I chose to love her. And then after a while, she pushed me away. So I decided to feel everything. From her, from my mom, everything. When I lost my mom, I didn't make the conscious choice to forget these feelings, or the choice to close myself off on purpose. But over the course of those 8 years, it kind of just happened on its own. And when I met this girl, and she cared about me, and she cared for me out loud, it literally reminded me what that felt like. Tú me enseñaste a querer. You taught me how to love. So when she pushed me away and I lost that, it felt the same as when I lost my mom. It felt like it was happening again. Allow yourself to feel all the love and all the hurt that comes along with it. If you choose to avoid it, would you really be alive?
Now I could sit back in my apartment in Michigan and say all this stuff about being open, about being honest with your feelings, about not building walls. I could say it all from my apartment, in my bedroom, maybe at midnight, maybe at 3 a.m., maybe at noon. It doesn't really matter. Or I could cross into a new continent, into South America, at this giant river flowing downstream from the city that speaks language that I've been practicing for 8 weeks. And I could show you how to be open with your feelings, how I'm being open with my feelings, how I'm being honest, how I'm moving forward through this. Or I could sit and tell you to make a TikTok in my bedroom or just say stuff. But it's a lot easier to just say it. It's a lot harder to show it. It takes more effort to show it. It takes more effort to really do it. It takes a lot of effort to do in the first place. To not build walls after a loss. To not go numb. But that effort is worth putting in. And that's why I'm here. Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, whatever country I decide to go to next. This is me here choosing to show it, choosing to show how I'm feeling, how I'm moving forward. Not just tell, but to show.
I'm on my way to Cotopaxi right now. I'm in the bus. Cotopaxi, it's literally a giant volcano. Why am I trying to climb a giant volcano if I've never climbed any volcanoes besides the one from yesterday? because it all seems so easy for me. But I don't mean that in like a cocky way. I mean it in a broken way, kinda, is what I'd say. I guess the combination of losing my mom and then losing that girl has kind of made everything else seem easy in comparison. So I'm trying to just go climb this volcano and see if I actually can do it. At this point, I was still so focused on climbing Cotopaxi and filming shots for my movie that I didn't even notice what was about to happen. There was a girl that sat across from me on the bus on the way to Cotopaxi, and if you look, she was even in the background of some of my shots. I didn't know it on the bus, but would end up becoming hostel friends. We had a group of 5 of us that would climb volcanoes during the day, play cards at night, and eat together. It was fun. I knew we would only be together for the 3 days, and I didn't really think much of it. I just thought it would be 3 days and we would be done, but God had other plans for me. Choosing to feel everything after loss looks different for everyone. For me, I wanted to do something that seemed massive, right? Something that seemed bigger than the love I had for her. Backpacking South America on my own was the biggest thing that I could think of. At first I started thinking about things I could do in the US, and then I realized quickly that that wasn't going to cut it. It would have to be something out of the country, and out of the continent even. Somewhere where they don't even speak the language I speak, and I only had 1 month to learn. It was pretty clear that this was what I had to do. I've been so focused on being open and being honest with my feelings, and trying these massive things to prove that I'm still moving forward, that I haven't even noticed I'm not actually moving anywhere at all. I am in the same spot that I was 5 months ago when this all happened, and I haven't actually gone anywhere. Being honest with your feelings hurts. It hurts a lot. I would be 100% lying if I said it doesn't hurt all the time while you're going through it, right? I could be in a room with great friends, having a blast, and part of my mind will always go back to thinking about how it felt and how great it was, just like to spend time with her. And it's not a terrible thing to feel that way, I think. I think that it could help through the process of whatever you want to call it, being honest with your feelings. I think it can help, but you got to make sure that it doesn't ruin everything else too. It doesn't ruin the time I'm having with my friends. It's just part of my brain will go and think about it, right? So it's not taking over my entire life. It's not taking over my entire time. It's not ruining my other experiences. Here I'm in South America, right? It's not ruining my volcano summit. It's not ruining Machu Picchu, but part of my brain is like, I wish he was here. That's just how it goes. Okay, so we're on the side of the volcano. You can see not that much. It's pretty dark. We're moving. It's a lot of work, but it's easy if you just stick to it, man. Keep the city. Okay, so we just got to the glacier, so we gotta get the crampons on. Guide's putting the crampons on for me because honestly I have no idea how to do it. Dude, the city down there still looks crazy. It's nuts. You can see it from so far away. Still, it's going pretty easy as long as I don't get sick. And bam.
Muchas gracias.
And we made it. At the summit of Cotopaxi. 19,347 feet, man. We did it. This is absolutely breathtaking. Genuinely. This is unlike anything I've ever done in my entire life. One of one, man. I wish I could show her this. I lost something really special on the volcano last time I climbed one. easily the best sunrise I've ever seen in my life. And like I said, we get up there easy, man. Honestly, allowing myself to feel this loss and feel the hurt and feel the pain that comes along with this, it makes me proud. Proud because I'm being honest with myself about how I feel. I'm not lying and saying, oh, I didn't actually care that much about her. Oh, I didn't actually want it to work. I didn't actually, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not doing any of those things because that would be lying to myself about how I feel. And there's no point in trying to lie. So I'm proud. Proud that I'm being honest with myself. Proud that I'm feeling all the feelings that come along with losing someone that you're that close to, and then it just going gone, right? So I'm proud. And I'm proud that I'm still moving forward too. I'm in South America. Incredible experiences. I summited 3 volcanoes, 1 active one. I was within the top, probably 20 people on Earth that were closest to the sun because the volcano's on the equator. So there was only a couple people on the entire planet that were closer to the sun than me at that point, which is absurd. Closer to space at that point, which is absurd, right? I went to Machu Picchu. I'm literally at the base of Machu Picchu right now. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. And I'm doing all this and still moving forward and still being honest with myself while I do these new things. It's not taking over and making me depressed. I'm not sitting around saying, oh, I just can't do anything. I just can't do anything. No, I'm still moving forward, even though I'm being honest right here, right now, that I climbed the volcano and I'm thinking, wow, this sunset's beautiful. I wish I was here to share it with her, right? Or, wow, Machu Picchu is incredible. I wish I could share it with her, right? So I'm thinking about it and feeling all those feelings, and I'm still doing things. I'm still living life. You can't let being honest with your feelings stop you from living life. If we didn't have feelings, and if we didn't feel anything, how would we know that we're actually alive, right? In the same way that if death didn't exist, how would we know we're alive? If death didn't exist, we would never know to be alive. We would never know that we're alive because there's nothing else. There's no alternative. I'm sitting here on a cold, damp rock on the coast in Peru. I've never seen the legendary Pacific. I've hardly even been out of the country. I went to Canada and Mexico. Both were very special to me, but each only for a few short hours. As the wind howls, I ponder. I can't tell what color the foamy water is, green or blue. It doesn't matter. As the cold, harsh winter waves of the Pacific crash into my legs hanging off of a rock, I think deeply about just how far I've come. 4,042 miles away from home. The sounds of the waves harmonize in my ears, while the gentle breeze brushes against my hair. The heart is always yearning, but for a moment, it is content. The contrast of the violent waves with the calming sunset is jarring. With each new wave being birthed and each gust of wind, I sit so incredibly still, staring off into the horizon. The center of the frame, the massive red equatorial sun, falls lower under the ocean. There are a few brave souls surfing the chilled winter waves, but most are just on the coast, mesmerized by the beautiful sunset. The sun finally fades behind Isla San Lorenzo. Joyous sounds of children playing, seagulls screeching, and violent waves crashing into the rocky shore all blend together to remind me of one thing: what the date is today, and just how far I've come since losing my mom. I was right about the trip being massive. From the Caribbean coast in Cartagena to almost getting trafficked, to summiting 3 of the Andes mountains. But honestly, after all that, my love for her still feels bigger. Bigger than all of it. Bigger than the Pacific, bigger than the 3 mountains I climbed. I backpacked across a continent I hardly speak the language of, and still, my mind goes back to thinking about her every time. I'm still making my movie. I'm still choosing to be honest about how I feel. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. But I think that's how I know I'm really alive. At this point, I really thought I was done. I thought that the script had gone and run its course, but thankfully, God doesn't just follow our script. I met back up with the Canadian girl I met in Ecuador, and we started to do great things. We visited the Oasis, we went sandboarding, and I seemed to be spending time with someone that genuinely cared about me. Someone that really appreciated doing things with me. And for the first time on my entire trip, I was finally out of my head, and I was actually present in the moment. And in that moment, there was a great friend next to me, sharing all the incredible experiences that we were having together. And I felt free. It was a fun day, very calm evening. We finished sandboarding and we were taking the sand buggies up to the top of the sand dunes to watch the sunset.
Minions, tonight we will steal the moon. Muy bueno.
And before I knew it, the group started playing music on their massive speaker. And out of nowhere, I found her and I doing the salsa together on top of some of the largest sand dunes in the world, watching one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen. And it was perfect. Until they played a song called DTMF by Bad Bunny. He sings about regretting not cherishing moments with loved ones more. Regretting not cherishing past relationships more. And regretting not cherishing the moments he's in more. Debí tirar más fotos. And it translates to, I should have taken more photos. I should have given you more hugs while I had you. And it reminded me of her. And that kind of broke me. So I started crying, breaking down in front of my friend that I just met 2 weeks ago. Distraught, upset, lost about this other girl, and how difficult it felt carrying the weight of losing my mom and then losing the first girl that I thought that genuinely made me feel cared for out loud in the last 8 years. And this girl I was with, my friend, that I had only known for 2 weeks at that point, started wiping the tears off my face as I was crying, and she told me I was gonna be okay. And that was the first time when I started to think, maybe I should let go. Maybe I shouldn't be holding on anymore. And she said to me that maybe that bracelet that girl and I made, the one that I lost in the volcano a few weeks before that, maybe losing it was a sign. Maybe losing it was a sign that it's time for me to move on. And for the first time in 5 months, despite how many times I heard the same advice, it finally started to make sense. It finally started to feel like I really could let go. I had been spending so long trying to outrun how I felt, going to South America, trying to outscale how I felt by climbing some of the biggest volcanoes in the entire world. And this girl I had known for 2 weeks sat there, and she wiped the tears off my face, and she promised me I was gonna be okay. And I believed her. When I had the idea to make this movie, I wanted to do it because I thought I'd be able to help people overcome that feeling of being lost after losing somebody. After that night in the sand dunes, after I got out of my head, I was less focused on filming how I felt and more focused on actually being present in the things that I was doing. And the truth is, I thought I had a solid grasp on it, but that's only partly true. It took me breaking down in front of my friend and her kindness to finally show me that I didn't need to hold on anymore. And it seems very obvious looking back, but in the moment, it's always hard to see. So it turns out my movie did help somebody. It just happened to be myself first. Though our time traveling together is coming to an end, and there's a chance that we may never see each other again, she has made such a big impact on my life. I planned this trip because I didn't know what to do with how I felt, and I wanted to try to do the biggest thing I could think of to try to outscale what I was feeling. It never would have worked in the way I thought it would, but thankfully, God doesn't just follow our script. He gave me something unexpected with my travel friend, and with her help, I'm coming out of this feeling genuinely okay for the first time in 5 months, and the most normal I've felt in the last 8 years since my mom passed away. Sometimes we feel called by God to go in a certain direction, and we think we know what the outcome is supposed to be. So when it turns out differently than we expected, it feels like a failure. Sometimes God just needs to tell us something to get us on the highway. It might just be a different exit than the one we thought it would be.
just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love you when you sing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, and you're gonna sing the words wrong. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your man. I love you when you sing that song. I got a lump in my throat, and you're gonna sing the words wrong. Okay. Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side.